Hello, and welcome to CZenStar, This Week in Star Citizen, ending June 6, 2015. I am Citizen Ed of CZenStarNews.com, where we put the citizen first. Congratulations to CZenStar Micah Westfall, aka something like Kenway Daoke, on the Roberts Space Industries forums, for winning the Ship Shape Logo Intro Contest. Excellent work. As we've been tracking in the show, there have been a lot of great entries into that contest. I can't imagine that was an easy thing to do, to pick just one. Remember, if you want to know more about the stories and graphics I mentioned, navigate your browser to CZenStarNews.com and look for the latest This Week in Star Citizen. The show notes article is rich in graphics and links for your perusal.
This Week in Star Citizen.
In addition to a deeper look at the Nisk Starfarer ship on this week's ATV Ship Shape segment, we also heard more about future plans from Lisa Ohanian on Reverse the Verse. She's still looking at ways to bring us a more comprehensive look at ship status, which I think is good. The current content is great, but I think there is so much demand for this ship status page, or however the information gets communicated, that people have a hard time being satisfied by the more focused, behind-the-scenes look on this, that, or the other thing.
This Week in Star Citizen.
On the ships and sales front, 19,000 Misk Reliance sold. The thought of all those potential news vans just makes me giddy with excitement. The Crusader Industries Genesis Starliner, think My Dreamliner, is getting closer to concept. Military ships are all back in the pledge store. You got a chance to fly them free last week. This week you can buy them. Starfarer Interior is nearing completion.
This Week in Star Citizen.
From official communications, the monthly report, 10 for the X, Around the Verse, and Reverse the Verse, we are getting a great deal of information about how things are going. We see a lot of activity, with indications of real progress. But CIG has clearly been going through a retooling phase. In some senses, they recently realized that they are on a plane that needs its wings and perhaps a bit of the engine reworked mid-flight without landing. In other words, they have chosen to take on some hard challenges right now, and that is delaying some or all of their estimates. The Instance Manager, which is a big chunk of the back end that will be managing spawning new match servers for both Arena Commander and Star Marine, and whatever else comes along, has been rewritten and is entering internal testing now. Star Marine has been receiving some heavy iterations and polish as well. We may see a very limited version, perhaps no Sata Ball, made available to a small number of backers within the next couple of weeks. It will be rolled out much like Arena Commander was, by groups of backers earliest Star Citizen numbers first. This new Instance Manager, Star Marine, and some set of Arena Commander changes will be the next release of Star Citizen Alpha, version 1.1.2. As for the social module, I understand what Ben is saying about work is still continuing. I know work never stopped, but at the moment, we don't know what it is that we'll be looking at or when. This, as Ben says, is the long march to the persistent universe. It'll be very interesting what shape it is in when we finally get to see it. Arena Commander 2.0 Multi-Crew seems a long way off at this point. Hard to say when we'll see this. We know that they're working on the Constellation really hard to get it ready, and really looking forward to that. Arena Commander 3.0 Cap ships and combining FPS with dogfighting. We hadn't heard about this in quite a while. Travis mentioned it with Capture the Idris mode. At one point, there was some talk of trying to pull Capture the Idris mode into AC 2.0, but it looks like it's back in 3. We likely won't see this until 2016. It wasn't even on their 2015 roadmap. Squadron 42. The Wing Commander / Mass Effect style solo co-op RPG also has considerable resources dedicated to it. Chris is still working hard at performance capture in cooperation with Andy Serkis's Imaginarium in the UK. And we see from the monthly report that the Foundry 42 UK studio is hard at work on the technical aspects. Hopefully we'll be seeing something out of that at the end of this year or early next. So what does this all mean for the final delivery of the shipped Star Citizen first-person universe MMO? Social will slowly be added to until some point where it gets called PU Alpha. Last estimated for this to happen was at the end of this year. It will be added to, then expanded until it's basically complete and called Beta. Once they get a stable beta, we'll get actual gameplay with backers getting to get persistent progress, earn wealth, gear, and ships with no wipe expected. And then finally at some point, declared, shipped, and thrown open to the public. I see no guarantees of that final step happening in 2016. Best guess, maybe December 2016 to sometime in 2017? One hopes. Depends on how many times CIG needs to stop and rebuild the wings and engine mid-flight. And here's a big scary list of just some of the other things I've not mentioned that we know that they're working on. Missile revisions, yay! Big changes hinted at for the thrusters. Characters. A set of FPS was completed last week, except for the Seta Ball, which they'll be working on next week. Locomotion, getting the characters to walk right, still being completed. Multi-crew, work on Freelancer is halted, focus appears to be on Constellation, finishing for AC 2.0. Large World, making use of the 64-bit floating point coordinate system. Zone system, arbitrary spatial partitioning for instances. New and improved launcher. Revised conversation system. Wonderful World of Star Citizen Episode 3, times booked at the Google YouTube studio. More landing zones for Social PU. Universe Simulator, formerly known as the Economic Simulator. A raft of optimizations in the level and engine. Damage model updates of the various released and near-released ships. CryEngine SDK integration of the changes from the new 3.7 revision, as well as purging crufty old bits of the CryEngine that are no longer needed. Chris has mentioned that 3.7 would probably be the last real merge. From this point on, they'll probably be picking and choosing what changes to accept from Crytek. So we will be well and truly forked. I suspect that people using the standard Crytek sandbox are going to have a harder time getting anything out of these newer releases. Monthly report specifically mentions optimizing asset storage formats, which will likely break compatibility. So, even if we aren't seeing it show up in the downloaded executable we are testing, we can see indications of a ton of work going on. Some of it we'll be seeing really soon now. A bit frustrating, but also exciting. Hang in there, citizens. And that's all we have for now. This has been Citizen Ed. Hope to see you next week in Star Citizen. CZenStarNews.com, where we put the citizens first. Engage with Star Citizen today. Follow the news, both development and in lore, or write your own articles, features, and fiction. We take citizen submissions. There's room on staff, or become a partner. You can let us help develop your brand. CZenStarNews.com, where the citizen is the star, chronicling your stories. The history of the verse is unfolding now, real time. Don't wait until 2946 to be a part of Star Citizen. CZenStarNews.com. Would you like to know more?